morning, Tammy. Good morning. Good morning, Mia.
The first thing that students and parents can expect when they walk into a kindergarten classroom is a sense of community. By building a community in the classroom, Tempe Elementary teachers create a common and predictable experience that helps children feel connected to each other. Communities help children feel safe, develop friendships, and most importantly, provide a learning environment where all kindergartners can succeed.
Stretch it. Stretch. Down. Okay, deep breath in. Out. Roll up. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, X. Rini, you can't learn if you don't participate. G, now run and play. All right, get your brains going.
When the kids first enter the classroom, it's important for them to follow a routine and be aware of what their day will look like. In the morning, we have an agenda that we go through and let the kids know what's going on that day. The children also provide us feedback with what they know about the day or things that we normally do, just getting them involved with the day and their routine. It's also important to go through the calendar to get them to know all about the months, the year, and what type of events are important throughout the month. The first part of the day is normally reading block. We like to start out with whole group. We start with whole group because every child is reaching the most important skill together in whole group reading. We try to do as many hands-on activities as we can to get them to learn all about books and reading fluency. Later on, we switch to small reading groups to focus on the 5 components of reading: phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, comprehension, and vocabulary.
Fun.
Wow, 2 ways you...
As we can to get them to learn all about books. Later on, and reading fluency. Later on, we switch to small reading groups to focus on the 5 components of reading: phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, comprehension, and vocabulary.
Fun.
Wow, 2 ways you did it. You knew that to that. This one you broke. You weren't sure. That's just the way a good reader reads.
Small group instruction allows us to concentrate on the needs of particular groups of children. So if a child is already reading and they need to be bumped up to learn about fluency or how to break down a new word, we're able to target that. On the other hand, if someone is struggling with learning their letters or sounds, we're able to focus on that. These smaller groups allow teachers the opportunity to work one-on-one with children to focus on a specific component of reading targeted for that child. More individualized instruction allows each teacher additional opportunities to make sure every kindergartner is getting the reading instruction that they need. Whole group and small group instruction is very important because it ties together whatever reading skill is being taught. Skills that students learn from whole group and small group instruction are transferred to independent practice and in time to independent learning. Reading extension and intervention targets the needs of specific groups of children. Our kindergarten program in Tempe makes sure that we challenge kids at every learning level. If a child entering kindergarten is already reading at a first grade level, it doesn't mean we hold their learning back to wait for the rest of the class. It doesn't mean that the child becomes a tutoring resource for the rest of the class. What it does mean is that we're going to be teaching that child a first grade reading curriculum and challenging them in every way. Tempe Elementary is just wonderful in educating all levels because we make time for extension and intervention at each school. We make it a priority because continued growth for every child is the cornerstone of our kindergarten program. Lunchtime is so wonderful for our students. It's a great time for children to use their social skills. And the great thing about this is the teacher gets to see their students interact during lunch. At Tempe Elementary, supervision is the key. When children enter the cafeteria, they are always supervised. The cafeteria staff is always on duty to make sure the kids are eating their lunches and then help transition them safely out to recess. Recess is definitely another social building time, and it's important for the children to learn how to play, how to follow rules, and how to interact with other students. Recess helps build an even stronger community in the classroom. In our kindergarten program, writing plays a big part in